This is Deliver Us Mars. I've played the previous game in the series, Deliver Us the Moon, but I only played it for a couple of hours. It came out during a busy time when I had a lot of other games to play. I really liked it, though. It's basically I wouldn't call it a walking simulator, but it's got that kind of tone to it where it's a game where you are sort of exploring a sci-fi world, solving puzzles, and it's mostly about the story of your character's experience doing whatever they're doing. If I remember right, the setup for Deliver Us the Moon involved the Earth being in dire trouble. And you were somebody who was going to the moon to try to solve it, and I have forgotten every other detail. You also had personal problems, like personal life type problems that you were dealing with at the same time. So it was very, it was focused on the narrative. It was character driven, as far as I can tell. And so I'm expecting something very similar from Deliver Us Mars, the sequel. Curiously, the title of the game is not on the main menu, which is a very unusual choice. It does sort of draw your eye towards this robot ball that I'm not sure exactly what it is. Kind of reminds me of what was the character in Portal 2? Wasn't he played by like Stephen Merchant? What was his name? Wheatley. Reminds me of Wheatley. So I mean, hopefully he won't be exactly like Wheatley because Wheatley was a tool. But we'll see. Oh, maybe he'll be as entertaining as Wheatley. Maybe he won't even have a voice. I genuinely don't know what to expect from this game. So you know what I should do? I should push the new game button and we should play this game and find out about it. So let's try that. Okay, prologue, setting up the family situation. Is that a Palantir? Oh no. Ah, it's the progression of Earth.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap.
At first I thought they were injecting the Earth with a giant syringe.
Moonbear 1, this is ground control. Mission is a go. Copy. Earth to Kathy.
Hello, Earth to Kathy. Hello, little explorer.
Hey.
Now, I finally managed to get you a new one.
Yay!
But before I give it to you, you have to promise to take better care of him.
Okay.
Better than the ones that you destroyed before.
I promise.
A moon bear for my moon bear.
I'm almost ready, Kathy. Give me 5 minutes to get into my wetsuit.
Don't overdo it, honey. School and work never stops. Just pace yourself.
No, I know. I just lost track of time. Plus, the subject matter, fascinating.
Father like daughter, I guess. Promise?
Yes.
Okay, so learning the basics. You're teaching me how to crouch? Wow, that takes some time. I'm not used to that. I mean, it's naturalistic. It does actually take time to crouch in the real world. But usually video game characters will crouch in kind of an unrealistic way just to make the game feel responsive. Well, I feel warm just standing in this room. That is nicely done. I feel either like I'm warm or I'm in Mexico. One of those two things. The Coalición isn't here to tell us whether this is what Mexico is like, but I've heard from the movies that Mexico is yellow. So let's hit the T button to look at our objectives. Go swimming with Claire.
Great.
property, just 15 minutes from the new campus.
We must have earned a free loyalty relocation at this point.
Lizzie, another one
It
of
took
these
control.
seasons and this entire area will be a desert.
Can we just hold off until the kids are done with school and I actually finish a residency for once?
I'm just trying to keep us safe.
Honey, the kids have a dad that commutes to the moon. Safe means something else to them.
All right.
I want to give them just a bit of normalcy, okay?
Gross.
Mummies and daddies are allowed to do this, I'm afraid.
Breaking news as we go live to the southern border of Colorado in the United States, where fighting has erupted between refugees and border troops. President Van Zandt has denounced the violence, stating that
Weren't you going to go snorkeling with Claire?
Gosh. He's sheltering his kids from the news?
Spectacular dive, honey.
That's a choice.
Thanks.
Such an athlete.
I mean,
I think I pulled something.
my kid who's this age, if we had I assume that this kid is like 9 or something. My 9-year-old would not pay any attention to something that looked like it was a news program for adults. I wouldn't need to dive over a couch to stop them. My 12-year-old would pay attention. But,
Did the moon bear snorkeling?
Yes.
I know, Dad. Don't worry. Come on. Okay, bye, Dad. Love you. Better get us in the water quick before Dad catches you. Come on.
So Zedric is talking about the fact they've been playing Remnant 2 consistently ever since it came out on Game
Maybe
Pass.
I want to go snorkeling too.
Bring me the bear that you little troublemaker.
No.
I swear, you get this cheekiness from your mother, not from me.
Come on, Kathy, jump in.
Wait, am I making a moral choice here? Whether to deliver my dad the bear or whether to jump with my sister? Let me see if I can give dad the bear. Anyway, Zedric says that he's been playing Remnant 2, and that's the other game that I've had in mind that I wanted to try potentially this week, aside from Deliver Us Mars. Looks like I cannot give my dad the bear, so... Okay, so interestingly, it seems like the performance of this game takes a big dive when I face the house. And when I face away from the house, it gets much better. There's something in that house that is just stealing graphics card performance. And so we'll have to see if this can work. It might not, but let's try. This game's got a photo mode. That's kind of neat. I can capture this lovely image of this kind of her eyes are not quite aligned the way you'd expect them to be. It's a rather strange little girl jumping in with a bear. All right. Yeah, so Melitor says that it's the news from Colorado that's slowing down my performance. And yeah, okay, so I'm getting a little bit of a performance hit facing the house now in photo mode, but since the game properly isn't running right now, I'm not getting the same amount of chop. So that's interesting that whatever it is that's going on in the house that's tanking my performance, it's not just raw rendering, it's something else.
Can you hear me?
Dad?
Right. I'm going to get you out of there now, okay? Come on.
Dad?
It's all right. I'm here. Ayla. AUC unit 7633-R. Ownership transfer authorization 170544. Isaac Johansson. Say your name, darling.
Kathy Johansson.
Whatever happens, you must keep Ada close to you at all times. Never let her out of your sight, all right? That's okay. I've got you.
Whoa.
We must be very quiet, okay?
No.
Just listen to me. You have to go. You have to go.
I'm still a little
How
girl?
are your legs? Can you walk?
Where's Moon Bear?
We don't have time for that now, darling.
I want Moon Bear.
I think it's somewhere in this room. Be quick.
Okay, so I thought I was watching a prologue of our heroine as a young girl, but that she would immediately grow up and be an adult. I'm still a young girl in danger in space. That is not what I was expecting.
Found it.
Great. Now come to me. I need your help, Moonbear.
So they're teaching
There's a
us.
button on the other side of the room. When it turns on, I need you to press it, okay?
Okay.
He woke me up to press a button.
That's it. Okay, it's time to go.
Was my last memory jumping in that lake? Or do I know time passed? Whoa. Dad's crouching, I'm crouching.
Stay low, darling. Don't let them see you. Okay, let's go. Okay, listen carefully, darling. In the room on the other side of the vent up there is Ace.
Rose's ace?
Yes, we need to take him with us and get him back to her.
Ace likes me best. After Rosa.
Absolutely. That's why I need you to climb up there and call him over to you. Quietly.
Okay.
I want that tool.
Taking us with them. Don't you see that? They're leaving the Victor group here. We're...
So they were all planning to abandon Earth?
Let's tell the team we've got the Lunar Council AC in our hands. We need to see more of these holograms.
Ace. Ace, it's me. Hi. Follow me.
I don't have enough context to understand what was going on with those folks. It just occurred to me, I guess I should be seeing moon gravity, shouldn't I? That's why my jump is so floaty.
Doing?
ASC unit number 67354-N. Initiate transfer protocol. Lunar Council override. Isaac Johansson. Code 170544.
Ace isn't like this.
It's okay. He doesn't know we're taking him back to see Rosa. Isaac Johansson. We've got to hurry. They're probably looking for us now.
Dad, my legs hurt.
Come, I'll carry you.
Okay.
Claire? Claire? Dad! That was Claire! Why are you running away?
If Claire catches us, they'll take the fire away from you.
What?
Where are we going?
We're going to help them. Together. Yes, it's working. Wait, why isn't Vita's door opening? Come on, come on!
Okay. So I've got the option to open the door. My dad's not paying attention. I genuinely don't know who's right and wrong in this situation. I don't know if my dad is doing something good.
Let's get that door open. Follow me, quick.
Automated launch sequence.
I'm not sure if I could have let her in.
Beta immediately. Departure imminent.
Get to the door room. I'm almost through. Come on. Coming, move. There! Stop!
Why was I incapable of getting up?
No!
Let me go!
Alert. Launch sequence initiated. Clear blast chamber. Alert. Launch sequence initiated. Clear blast chamber.
Dad!
Oh, they're letting the air out.
Back to the control room!
Get out of there.
I'm sorry.
That's a lot of atmosphere to give up just by opening the door at the top, though. Like, you'd think they'd pump the air out first to retain it. Okay. So I didn't leave with my dad, which means I probably will play most of the game as an adult. Hunting down my dad? Wondering what happened? So there's a theory going in the chat that the reason she couldn't get up is because her legs were still asleep from cryo sleep. That she said my legs hurt early on, and that was meant to be like a setup, an indicator that she wasn't going to be as athletic as normal. That makes sense, actually. I buy that now that I didn't think of it before. So it probably could have been clearer, but that makes sense. So yeah, it seems like the game is going to be intermittently choppy. And so I'm not sure. Let's take it a little bit further, but I'm not sure if we should continue with it. Because if it's only briefly choppy now and then, maybe it's fine. The reason it's choppy is because I'm running streaming software at the same time as the game, and they're competing for the same resources. And so it seems like most of the time, game runs just fine with the streaming software. But now and then, key moments or key locations will mess it up. So I'm still really curious. I mean, that story setup made me really curious about what's going on. I'm just not certain I'm in the best position to stream this right now. I am planning on picking up a Steam Deck sometime in the near future, which should allow me to stream games like this that tax resources, even though, of course, a Stream Deck is going to be less powerful than my PC. The fact that it's using a different graphics card than my streaming PC means that even if I have to play at like slightly lower settings, I should still I shouldn't have these intermittent choppy bits from the streaming software. So what I might do Wait, am I still a little girl? Holy crap. Wait, I can't... Wait, how old am I?
What do you
No.
think, Ayla? Reckon we'll get a few more months out of this relic?
I just got the same face.
Yeah, me neither.
Are you done yet? I feel like you should have been done ages ago.
If your butt is starting to hurt from the car seat, you're welcome to come up here and help me.
Huh? No, I'm good. Besides, I wouldn't be much help anyway.
You're right. You wouldn't.
There's an MPT systems for nerds.
Okay. Okay, bro. Just be honest. You're feeling too threatened by me and my super brain.
That super brain of yours still needs to be chaperoned to every MPT dish by a senior staff member like me. Remember?
Wait, did you finally admit that you're old?
Whatever.
Anyway, I'm nearly done. Just have to cut out some plating that's obstructing the beam's waveguide. Can you let Moonhub know the dish is ready to receive?
Already did. Don't forget to hook the stream points back up to the receivers.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Okay, so she has an adult voice and some other indicators that she's an adult, but she's talking like she's a child prodigy of some kind. Like she's like smarter than your typical person and that everyone else is old. And so it could be that she's meant to be like late teens, but unusually competent and doing a job that's sort of above her usual age. And that's why her face looks so young, because her face looks really young. It does not look much older than it did before, which is why I was initially like, seems like the same kid. But yeah, okay, so, but years have passed. And yeah, so folks in the chat are just saying they're fascinated enough by sort of the story setup, they really do want me to continue. So I'm going to continue a little further. If we run into a lot of choppy bits, like if we get into an area where the performance is so bad that like I can't function, then we'll take a break and maybe I'll come back to this game after I've got a Steam Deck. So yeah, so Orthaus was suggesting, yeah, could you use a capture card? I could. That's what I'm talking about. It's basically playing a game on one PC and using a capture card to stream it from a different PC. And that'll work if I have a second PC, but, you know, a second PC is a big deal. You can't just decide to have a second PC. Okay, so I'm supposed to clear an obstruction from this disk. And I get a marker that's down below me. So do I need to go underground to clear whatever this obstruction is? So it's helpful in a video game to like show energy beams and things. I am kind of curious, like, what it would take to make an energy beam like this visible in the real world. Like, what kind of horrifying things would have to be happening that would instantly kill a person in order for that to be visible? Okay, so it looks like my destination is down on that level. Oh, whoops. Okay, sometimes it's hard to figure out what direction they want you to go on a ladder. Because when I'm leaning down over a ladder, I kind of want to hit W to go down it. But no, I actually needed to hold S to go down. Which does make sense. I'm not complaining. It's just, you know, you just got to align yourself with whatever's going on. Oh, ooh, do I get my dad's cutting tool? Oh, wow. My controller started vibrating when I did that. Let me turn off vibration. Because that's going to get annoying. Gameplay? Vibration. Disabled is in that direction. Cool. All right. Vibration disabled. So I'm assuming... I assume I can't just cut whatever I want, right? No. Okay, I've got to cut it along these specific lines. Can I just go wiggling across them? Yep, still works. Which is totally fine for a puzzle game, like a you know, sort of narrative puzzle game like this one.
Right, now let's get the stream points hooked up and then we're done.
Part of me does kind of want to play a game like this, though, where you can cut whatever you want. That seems ambitious. So, you know, whatever. It's fine for particular games not to be that, but Okay, so wait, I've got a lower down area I need to get to. Is it on this side? Ah, yes, stairs. Also, Tabby is suggesting that the reason to make beams like that visible might be similar to the way that people add, like, smells to things like natural gas. It's like natural gas is poisonous and flammable. You don't want people breathing it or it building up in places, but because it has no odor, people can't tell when it's happening. So they add another gas to it so that you can smell it when it's happening. And so Tabby's suggestion is that they could do that with like dangerous energy beams. Like put something else in the beam. And I don't know how you put something in a beam necessarily, but put something else in the beam that makes it visible so you can tell where it is and what it's doing so that you can avoid getting damaged by it. That makes perfect sense, honestly. Like, I hadn't considered that, but I really like that as an explanation. Okay, my destination is further down. Are there... Oh, wait. Is that a ladder over there? Ah, yes. So, Raneth Cord asks, what happens in State of Decay 2 if you have a bounty that's in progress, it's one of your active bounties, and then it cycles away because the bounty pack expires?
Let me hook up these stream points and I'll be right there.
I genuinely have no idea. I know we definitely solved that at some point. It would have come up in testing almost immediately. I'm assuming the bounty just vanishes from your HUD and becomes inactive. That's my guess. That seems like the simplest solution. And so I'm guessing that's probably what happens. Because even if we left it up in your HUD and then you completed it, you would have nowhere to... Oh, wait a minute. No, because it could stay in your active slot, even if you... We might keep it. Oh, I genuinely don't know, Raneth Cord. Try it out. See what happens. Yeah, because I said, yeah, the easiest thing would just be ganking it from you. But now that I think about it, because the active bounties are kept in their own slots, we don't have to steal it from you. We could let you finish it, give you the reward, and then you just couldn't grab it again because it scrolled off the main menu. Okay, so I'm going to cut this stuff. I like this as my main interaction with the world. Like, even though I don't have, like, arbitrary control over it, I can't just cut whatever I want. Though, again, that sounds like a potentially fun game. It would be a very different game from this one. Just, it's a satisfying way to interact with the world. The same way, like, I don't know. There's a lot of games where, like, the thing that makes the game work is the fact that they make they give your basic interaction with the world a lot of positive feedback. And so even... no matter what else is going on, the baseline experience is just sort of fun and rewarding on its own. It's like, you know, the fact that, like say, Spider-Man, just flinging yourself around the city is really fun in Spider-Man. In Grand Theft Auto, just driving is really fun. And so because everything involves swinging and driving in those games, the whole game has a much easier time being fun because everything's built on this foundation that's really solid. So, you know, this is a fairly, you know, slow-paced, narrative-driven game. Which could easily, you know, like if it was just walk around and push buttons all the time, there's a certain kind of player for which that would be not very interesting. Even if the story was interesting, they'd struggle to get into it. Having there be this very common interaction that's got more like fun, tangible feedback to it than just pushing a button makes it easier for players like me who have an easy, you know, who are often very tired and stressed out when they're playing games, and if a game is just sort of like dragging a little, it can drive me out. Having little interactions like that just give me more positive feedback, like, ooh, I cut a thing and it broke and it popped open, like that can make the rest of the game kind of go down easier, which is good. And now, wait, what am I doing? Oh, okay, I'm connecting this beam to what? To this? Ah, okay. Interesting. So am I delivering power? Or wait, how do I get in there? Oh, no, I get it. Okay, so I get the sense that in the setting of this game...
How do people cope before stream tech? Must have been a mess of cables snaking around entire living rooms.
Well, good times.
Okay, just got to find the receiver point to connect it to.
But yeah, I think in this world there have been, I don't remember exactly from Deliver Us the Moon what was going on. There's some kind of natural problem with the world, where just things that used to work do not work anymore. We no longer have the economic infrastructure or whatever to support the high technology, high intensity stuff that humanity used to be capable of. And so you can see what people are doing here is, it looks like they're taking something that used to just work really smoothly, and they're having to sort of fight through collected sand and, you know, poor maintenance and stuff to try to get it to work. Whereas that used to be easy back in the day. So it's interesting how similar to the Talos principle this game actually is. In that, like, I mean, it's a very different setup. Oh, wait a minute. I assumed that this thing would keep firing its beam. Wait, did I just solve and then unsolve the puzzle? I assumed I had to put both of these beams into this, but it seems like when I disconnected this beam, the other one stopped working. I assumed that once I came in and set this beam up, it would just stay set up. Is that not how it works? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, I could... Oh, aha! I get it. I get it. Okay, so both of these... I didn't realize there was another sensor over here because I couldn't see it through the other window. Oh, I love how my little robot friend just teleported out of the way. He's like, nope, nope. Okay, so there's another sensor over here that this one couldn't even see. So I didn't even realize it was there. So I basically have to... Don't cross the streams! Oh, okay, I can cross the streams. It's fine. Okay, so now what? Head back, oh, even further down. We're just going to continue going downstairs every step of the way. Oh, hey, it's my friend from the car. Wait, he's smaller than me? Wait, hold on. I thought that... Okay, I've got fairly childlike proportions. And I assumed that I was going to be... Why is this bearded man even smaller than I am? This kind of reminds me of when I played, like, Resident Evil 7 in VR. And just because of sort of the tuning of the depth perception, like, everything looked smaller than it was supposed to be for me. This guy is giving me that same vibe. I'm kind of surprised.
This is the third site I've had to hook up to a stream point. These dishes shouldn't be running on emergency power.
Yeah, along with everything else in this place.
These smaller Casgrain antennae can't withstand another thermal shock. Not with the prolonged power traffic that's passing through them.
You realize no one understands what you're saying, right?
Come on, even you know what a cyclotron wave rectifier is.
Okay, now you're just making up words. Hop on.
So Sinister Plank is telling me not to short shame this guy. It's not actually that he it might be that I'm the wrong size. And like, my head is significantly bigger than his head. It's like if we stood next to each other, I think, and with those sort of like diagrams of like head size to body proportion size that like artists use to sort of like get human proportions right, I think we would be in like different universes in terms of just how we're proportioned. I'm like, wait, am I getting in the back? What am I doing? Ah, I'm getting in the back because I'm a cool person. This is how cool people ride. So yeah, this is demonstrating that we're in a post-apocalyptic universe where people just, man, they just grab life by the horns. There's, you know, no accounting for safety anymore. Everyone knows that they're just on the
bear almost choked me to death last week.
brink of death.
Listen, your sister might not be big, but when it's something that concerns you, that woman can kill a lion with her bare hands.
on the drinks. Hello?
So I'm under 21?
Got a message that I've been asked to go to Maria right away. Apparently for some classified emergency meeting.
Maria? Oh, that must be really serious. Can I tag along?
No.
You only have to smuggle me past security, and then once I'm in, I'll just...
No.
Fine.
I know that fine.
Claire? You going to that meeting at Maria's?
That meeting you're not invited to? Yeah.
Please, Claire, if you just let me through security, then I'll just, you know...
I really have to. Perhaps you can spoke quietly.
I'll just hear about it later. It's fine.
Yeah, I remember riding in the back of a pickup as a kid. I would never let my kids do it now. So, like, the culture, at least in the United States, around safety has changed a lot.
Restless again lately.
Really? What happened to that diplomatic golden tongue of yours?
Didn't seem to work anymore.
Okay, yeah, so we've got a refugee shanty built up around these power stations.
All right, this is your stop.
Is it?
It is. Just let the grown-ups handle this secret meeting first.
Okay. That was uncalled for.
Just wanted to make sure you're not still going to try anything dumb to get in.
I won't.
I am
Don't even think about
absolutely
Uh-huh.
gonna try something dumb to get in. Okay, yeah, so my objectives say get into the meeting with Maria. I'm trying to figure out the best place to stick my head, I guess, because the objectives are up there and my head is in that corner, so I don't like covering my own head. So I think maybe I belong here.
All right. Let's go find another way into Maria's office.
I do love that she
Ayla? Let's go.
immediately does exactly what everyone tells her not to do. That's a good kind of character to play in a video game, because I, as a player, also want to do disruptive things. And having a character who just leans into that is great. That's actually one of my favorite things about the Zoe Ash novels by Jason Pargin. Oh, okay. So I can scan things. Is that the character just always does the opposite of what everyone tells her to do. But not usually in a just pointlessly dangerous way. Oftentimes in a compassionate way. You know, she lives in a dystopia where everyone just sort of assumes that the only option is to be selfish and to play into this, you know, abusive system. And they tell her, oh, you know, these are your only choices. This is the hard choice you have to make. And she's like, nope, I'm doing something else. Which is great. All right, so it looks like I want to go this direction.
The museum. Yeah, we can cut through here to Maria's. Might be fun to have a look around too. Not been here in ages.
Ah, yes, let's cut through the exposition room. This reminds me of Starfield, when you join the Vanguard. Oh, so we can go through the whole history of this game.
In 2041, the lunar MPT dish helped diminish the planet's energy crisis by massively increasing energy yields. After the Great Blackout of 2054 and the instigation of Mission Fortuna, Rolf Robertson made his way to the moon base to restart the MPT, giving his life in the process.
WSA really is trying their best to help our world with our energy needs. I'm sure we'll get to help the entire population someday.
That may have been the story of Deliver Us the Moon. Like, you might have been going to the moon to solve this exact problem. I don't remember well enough. I don't know. I get the feeling you had a female protagonist, so I don't think you were Rolf. Maybe you were somebody who followed after Rolf, discovered the circumstances of his death, and finished solving the problem?
Microwave power technology is a revolutionary form of energy absorption 42 Earth-based MPT receivers helped stop the growing energy crisis of the 2030s.
MPTs. My jam. I got absolutely fascinated by it when I saw my dad working on it every day. He really saved this planet when he designed this.
After the Great Blackout catapulted the Earth back into an energy crisis, Claire Johansson, Maria Gonzalez, and Rolf Robertson undertook Mission Fortuna, a manned rocket mission to discover the blackout's cause. Robertson, under the guise of Johansson and Gonzalez, refueled and reconnected the MPT dish.
Claire really had such a big hand in reviving the WSA.
So wait, is Rolf my dad? Or am I never heard my dad's name, and so it would be interesting if this is like a revisionist history of my dad who did something wrong, but it worked out, and so now they've like told a whitewashed version of it. But yeah, I never heard anyone's name before, so I can't be sure.
After the success of Mission Fortuna, Claire Johansson spearheaded Mission Vestia to provide manpower to the lunar MPT and bring Rolf's body back home. Claire and her team discovered WSA software engineer Sarah Baker critically injured in cryosleep. Isaac Johansson, one of the 3 Lunar Council members and core Atwood instigators, took the last arc and escaped.
That's the last time I saw Dad. I'm fine. Just remembering it always feels... I'm fine.
Was Sarah Baker the protagonist of the last game? Let me listen to this again real quick.
After the success of Mission Fortuna, Claire Johansson spearheaded Mission Vestia to provide manpower to the lunar MPT and bring Rolf's body back home. Claire and her team discovered WSA software engineer Sarah Baker critically injured in cryosleep. Isaac Johansson, one of the 3 Lunar Council members and core Atwood instigators, took the last arc and escaped.
Okay, Isaac. That's my dad. He took the last arc and escaped. But it didn't give me any information on why. Like, I still don't understand why my dad did that. Why was he there, and why did he run away? What was going on? So there's my dad. 2 other people.
Devised by the Lunar Council members sometime before the Great Blackout, Project Outward saw the evacuation of nearly all Moonbase residents on board 3 large spacefaring vessels known as ARCs. The location of the traitorous council members, as well as the rest of the Moonbase crew, remains unknown.
My dad designed and built most of the arcs that they used. Like almost everything else here at the WSA. It was supposed to be an escape plan for the colony if something ever went wrong.
So my dad was not the only one. Wait, did they all escape on an arc, or did they each escape on a different arc? So yeah, I'm missing a little bit. I'm hoping that more gets explained as we go, because it does feel like. So is the story of this that these 3 people were involved in solving the power crisis by going to the moon, but they had some ulterior motive? So they told everyone, yeah, let's build these escape ships, blah, 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 and then use them for something else nefariously? Or could it be that like something else nefarious was going on in the moon, they found out about it, and then they co-opted the arcs to escape whatever it was and try to solve it or fix it?
Try and see if we get lucky.
Wait, I can control Ayla? What?
Well, worth a try. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. I like that they named him Mark. I think that that's a The Room reference. Ah! Guy's huge. So that's my sister, right?
Looking good, sis.
And then I think that's probably the last game's
I really
protagonist.
need to change these. I look nothing like that anymore.
Are you joking? You look so good still.
Thanks, I try.
You? Trying at anything? Yeah, right. I meant that, like,
Thanks.
you never have to
Come on, Alex.
try.
I'm a dork.
Are you headed to Maria's office?
Why?
No.
Oh, I'm just going the same way. So. Hey, I was just looking at a few of the Mission Fortuna exhibits on my way over here.
That's good.
How long were you actually stationed on the moon?
I was on the space station, mostly.
Ah, right. Yeah, that's why I never saw you on the surface, I guess.
I saw you.
Oh, really?
When I did software upgrades for Rosa's ASE.
Oh, yeah, Ace.
No, ASE.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I named it Ace because I didn't get that ASE was an acronym, so I just kept calling it Ace, and Rosa would just start doing that too. It's kind of a confusing name, I guess.
Right.
I love that I'm just having incredibly awkward interactions with who I presume is the protagonist of the previous game.
Yours is named Alex, right?
Oh, yeah?
Where are you headed to?
How could you tell?
Wait, you didn't answer my question yet.
Question?
About how long you were stationed on the moon.
You want the years with the forced cryosleep or without?
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I really just need to get to the meeting, Kathy.
I just wanted to apologize for what happened with my dad. I know he didn't mean what he did. I think that's why he tried to save you on the moon.
Save me? Your dad did not... Kathy, I don't want to be disrespectful, but what your dad and the Lunar Council did, they left us here to rot. They committed the worst crimes imaginable against humankind and our planet. They deserve to be punished for what they've done.
Am I interrupting something?
No? Thanks to an entire backlog of precedents, I know not to be surprised to see you here.
If I made it this far, you might as well just let me...
No.
Maria's gonna be on video, you
No.
know. Okay, I bet you guys rehearsed that.
We totally did.
Run at work.
I like being a rebel. Let's go.
6 years.
What?
On the moon. It was 6 years. I'm sorry I didn't answer your question earlier.
Right. Thanks.
So I'm thinking of a way I can spy on the meeting. Yeah, everyone's proportions are just a little strange to me. I think it always looks like my character is taller than everyone else, but my head is proportioned larger relative to my body than everyone else's as well. So I look like I should be smaller and smaller and younger, but instead I'm bigger and taller. It's like giving me this weird uncanny valley vibe when I'm around other characters. All right, well, let's damage government property. I'm sure that's fine. No one's gonna, fire me and send me to jail for that. It'll be okay. Wait, what can I cut? Oh, it says cut everything. Yes. You see, there's a very subtle thing where when you cut the top one, it bent slightly before you cut the bottom one. Can I get through now? I guess I can get through now. Okay. So that looks like some kind of elevator. Can I use it? this does something. Okay, it moves that. Not sure to what purpose. Can I see into... Okay, now here's the question. Can my robot friend interact with these same buttons? I can light things. It looks like I can carry things, but I don't think I can interact with the buttons unless I can just bump into them with my nose. Bump. Bump. Nope. Okay. So, because I was thinking maybe what I'm supposed to do is ride this thing up and then get on that thing. But if they have to be operated from outside, then that seems like maybe that's not the case. So what else around here can I interact with? Okay, so the game is suggesting that getting up there is somehow important. Oh, that looks like it's a vent. Okay, yeah, so we want to get up there. Cut a hole in that and climb in. Like, seriously, I'm causing so many, like, maintenance problems right now. Like, I am absolutely fired after this. Like, this is not, we're not playing around. So what happens if I trigger that and then, okay, I can climb up onto it. Oh, that doesn't take me that high. Is it stuck on something? All right, let's bring back the other thing. Maybe I can still get to it. Okay, so I don't need to actually ride it up. Maybe I can I jump to it? I can. Oh, okay. So here's what I need to do. I need to push this button and then jump up on this and then jump to it while it's going. Get on it. All right. So this game did not strike me as like a platformy sort of game. And so I was imagining whatever I did would involve like lining things up so that so that a person could just clearly scramble up onto them, not like doing athletic leaps across stuff. It just didn't seem like that kind of game. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so if I jump to that, will I grab it and crawl inside? That does not look large enough to hold my body. Oh, wait, Ayla. Of course. Okay, well, I wonder if I can still do it even though I'm not up there anymore. Okay, yes. Ayla's coming in here. They've really given us an interesting set of tools to use. Like, this is, it's like just a straightforward puzzle adventure game, but they've just decided that the set of verbs that my character has is unusual. Because, like, there's so many... Before I go any further and just start kicking off the narrative, I just want to talk about what I'm impressed by here, is that, when you've decided, okay, I'm going to make a game that is sort of a straightforward narrative puzzle adventure game. I'm not making something like, say, the Turing Test, where it's all puzzles, or like the... Taylor's Principle, where it's just all puzzles. It's mostly a story with puzzles as sort of step by step along the way, like how you sort of earn your progress through the story. It's very easy to just be like, to shrug and mostly focus on the story and say, oh yeah, we'll just interact with series of things, pick up inventory, just that traditional stuff. I appreciate a team that's going to make a game like that and they say, how can I make the character that I'm controlling interesting? Like, give you a set of tools, a set of verbs that not every game has. And that's the right kind of foundation to make a game like this, because it keeps your attention and makes your brain work in new ways, and it's sort of a satisfying thing to interact with, independent of whether or not the story is rewarding. And also they've also told a story where I am very curious what's going on with my dad. Like, they're also doing a good job of the narrative side, but it's this tactile side that is really making it work for me the most.
Absolutely certain.
So it must be them.
I can't believe it. They're on Mars?
Seemingly have been for the last 13 years.
You okay? Can't imagine this must be easy to hear with everything.
I'm fine. I assume we can finally justify Mission Opera then?
Mission Opera?
Since we pulled Sarah and Kathy from the moon, we've been formulating a contingency plan should we discover Albert's location.
During Mission Vestia, we found indications that the 3 ARC vessels our used to leave the pool weren't just for transportation. Our information leads us to believe these 3 arcs actually form a trine.
A trine?
Self-reliant settlement.
But why reach out? Why now? Is it a distress signal or an invitation?
Doesn't matter. Mission Opera has only one objective.
Bring the arcs and their revolutionary technology back home.
We should analyze the distress signal. Maybe we can determine the encryption used.
We're working on it as we speak. I can enable terminal access in the back office. See what you make of it. Ada, quick. Find a way inside that room.
Okay. So we found out that my dad and his co-conspirators went to Mars using this sort of... and so it's interesting, they've set it up so that basically, I think one of the reasons why the Earth is under, like, apocalyptic circumstances is to kind of explain why them stealing this technology is like, it's like a one-way irrevocable problem. Like, we can't build it again. And so, because we just don't have the economic capability anymore. And so we need to get the stuff that they stole. We have to bring it back home if we want to be able to thrive as a species. And so there's sort of like all the pieces of this story are kind of coming together to sort of make the entire situation make sense.
Perfect. Ayla, stay right there.
What you're about to hear cannot leave this room. Understood?
Oh, yes, it can.
Ayla? What are you...
I don't need to sugarcoat the current state of things for any of you. The atmosphere continues to deteriorate at an alarming rate. The lunar MPT may be alleviating the planet's energy needs to a degree, but energy is the least of our concerns right now. Rising CO2 levels are killing off a myriad of species of flora and fauna every week. The truth of the matter is that our home is becoming just as uninhabitable as any other planet. We need those arcs. Now. Claire, I need you to lead this mission. Assemble a team and bring those arcs back. You have a few months to prep. We cannot afford further delay.
I understand. I'd like to start by including Ryan and Sarah as part of the team. Not only do they excel in their respective fields, they're vital to me personally. I trust them both in my life.
That leaves one more position to be filled.
Yes.
Hey. Hi. At the risk of sounding like an idiot, I think we should take Kathy.
What?
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 She was leagues above the other graduates in our program.
You mean the only class of astronauts that we've had in the past 10 years?
It doesn't change the fact that she aced nearly every exercise, sometimes even doubling my scores. I know you want to keep her out of this, but she's the best MPT engineer we've got. We need her expertise. And look, I will deny ever saying this under oath, I might add. But Kathy's the most talented individual the WSA is working for them. Apart from you two. And me, of course.
We're not seriously discussing this, are we? I mean, she has no prior experience. She's a complete risk to the mission.
Sarah's right. Kathy shouldn't be part of the team. There are too many factors involved.
Hey, Maria. Come in, please.
Seriously? Please, Claire, let me be a part of the mission.
Were you eavesdropping?
Yeah, and I'm sorry for that, but Claire, you know I've proven myself to the WSA. 2 concurrent science degrees, majored in stream tech, top marks in the astronaut training program like Ryan said. Thanks for the kind words, by the way, mate.
Sure.
And you need my MPT expertise. Please, Claire, with you by my side, I know I can do this. We can do this.
Plus, there's only like, what, 3 other trained astronauts to choose from? So...
I think you should take her on the team, Claire.
What?
Nice.
She's one of the most qualified people we have at the WSA. However, the final say is yours, of course.
Okay, Kathy. Even though Ryan's last argument was severely lacking,
Ouch.
I believe you'll do everything you can to guarantee the mission's success. Right, Kat?
Of course.
Now I would like to go over the minutiae for the mission with Claire, Sarah, and Ryan. Can you let us handle this without listening in this time?
Oh, well, seeing as I'm now...
Kathy.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Of course.
So, I picked up that Ayla might have been getting a message that the rest of us didn't understand. Like, I'm nervous about Ayla now. I've got a fancy Mass Effect uniform. Oh, what? I get like a climbing axe now? I haven't even seen what I can do with a climbing axe yet. Wait, don't put it back. No, 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 keep the axe.
You're
Keep
snug
it.
in there, Ayla. You need anything? Cup of coffee? Magazine? You diva.
You look nervous.
And that amuses you?
No. Just seeing you, you're proud.
Hey, that scar on Sarah's stomach, is that the one Dad gave her?
Yeah, why?
Just curious.
Knock, knock. You ready? Let's go.
Yeah?
She was in the room when you asked that? Okay, so I've been at this for about an hour now, and I think that I should probably cut it short. But I just wanted to do some sort of additional commentary, though, on the fact that, like, I raised some concerns with the proportions of the character models over the course of this. But I have to say, by the way, like, those aside, I'm actually really impressed with the writing, the performances, and the animations in this game. Like, I've seen lots of games where, you know, just because it's video games and everything is very expensive and takes a lot of time, and it's hard to invest the same kind of time into them as say a movie, you know, because there's so many more problems to solve for the audience than just how do the animations look, you know, how do the scenes come together. It's unusual. It's not uncommon for characters to just have, like, you know, really fake looking emotions or just no emotion at all in their faces when they're reacting to things, and for performances to come across as kind of stiff and stifled and stuff like that. This game, you know, despite the fact that I don't think this is like an incredibly high budget game or anything like that, they've done a really good job of, like, sort of picking their battles battles, choosing the right moments, and giving their like when characters are sort of raising eyebrows at each other, when they're talking to each other, making jokes and stuff, it comes across like it actually works in a way that I'm not accustomed to low budget games being able to make that kind of thing work. And so whatever sort of minor criticisms I might have, overall this game it's bringing its story across, and it's successful at that. And actually, I think I might not keep streaming this immediately in terms of just like, making more episodes, taking it further, partly because it's the kind of game that, it's so narratively driven. I kind of think people should discover it on their own. But also, and partly I've been having technical difficulties, so maybe I shouldn't keep streaming it until I've got another solution, where we don't have those choppy sequences during some of the cutscenes and during, in some of the locations. But also, I actually kind of want to go back and play Deliver Us the Moon again, because there's clearly so much history in these characters. Like, Sarah has got a lot of bitterness about what went on with Isaac, my dad, and stuff like that. I kind of want to know that a little bit more intimately first. And so I might just go back and play Deliver Us the Moon before continuing with this game. But this game really sort of captured my imagination, which I was, I wanted to just sort of check it out and find out what it was. I mean, I grabbed it because this isn't the usual kind of game I usually buy, but it was free on Epic, and so I decided to just go check it out. And, it's cool. It's inspiring me to want to go back and see more of the story. So anyway, I just wanted to because I've been criticizing it a little bit as we went, I wanted to end on that note that like this is a very well done example of this kind of game, and they didn't have like all of the money in the world, but they chose their battles and they chose the right places to be very good at their job, to bring across like what this game needed to be successful. So I think it's really cool. I don't know how the rest of the game goes because I haven't played it yet, but so far I'm really impressed, and I think the team should be proud. So there we go. Anyway, there's a subscribe button and links to other videos. I don't remember if I streamed Deliver Us the Moon. I think I might have had similar performance problems, so I doubt I can link to that. But anyway, I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. Hopefully not stuff like happened in this world.